Hello students, how are you? I hope you all fine. This is Bowlin and I am here to teach you science. The topic for today's class is what the body is made up of. So this is your first unit. A body is made up of what? A body is made up of cells. So in this lesson, we are going to learn briefly about cells. So here are the contents. We are going to learn about introduction, cells, tissues and organs, and organ system. So first we are going to move to our introduction. So in our body, as we can see, skin, below the skin we can find bones and muscles, and below bones and muscles the organs are present, and these organs are made up of cells. So basically we are going to study about cells now. So to understand cells, we will take an example. Suppose if I have given you to construct a wall. To construct a wall, three basic things we need, right? The first one is brick, second one is cement, and the third one is sand. So how will you construct? First brick, then cement, then second brick, then cement, and it goes on. So similarly, to construct a human body, we need cells. So if we join more cells, then only we can construct a human body. Now we are going to learn briefly about cells. So every part of a body is made up of tiny things called cells. So our body is made up of cells. Cells are tiny thing. So cells are the brick that make up our body. So here cells are compared to brick. So it is the basic structural, functional and biological unit of all known organisms. So cells are the basic structural and functional and biological unit of all known organisms. So all living organisms, they have cells. So cells are the basic structural and functional unit for their life. So cells are the building blocks of life. The study of cell is called cell biology or cytology. Who discovered cell? Cells were discovered by Robert Hooke in the year 1665. The cells of our body are of many different types. So we have many different types of cells. They look different and they have different jobs to do. Skin cells are flattish and packed tightly. So we have skin cells, blood cells and nerve cells. So skin cells, it is flat and it packed tightly. Blood cells, it carry oxygen and the shape of blood cell is roundish, and nerve cells, it look like a spider. So on the basis of number of cells, the living beings are divided into two types. One is single cell, that is one cell, and another one is multiple cell, that is many cell. So microorganism, it comes under single cell, and organisms, it comes under many cells. The example for single cell is virus and bacteria, and the example for multiple cell is human beings or birds. So here we can see blood is made up of blood cells, and muscle, it is made up of muscle cells, and we have light sensitive cone shaped cells also. So while coming to blood is made up of blood cells, and it is round in shape and it is red in color. The main function of blood cells is to transport oxygen and carbon dioxide. And for muscle is made up of muscle cells. The shape of muscle cells are linear spindle. It look like a spider, and the function of muscle cells are to do movements. And we have light sensitive cone shaped cells. With the help of this light sensitive cone shaped cells, we can differentiate colors. So here is the picture of RBC, that is red blood cells. So blood cells, the shape of blood cells is round, flattened, and it is red in color. So here is the picture of nerve cells. Nerve cells look like spider with long arms and tails. They join up to form long nerves running through our body. Next we are going to learn about tissues and organs. So first, tissues. So tissues are the group of cells is known as tissues. So we have skin tissues, muscle tissues, bone tissues. So skin tissues, as we learned before, skin tissues, it protect our inner organ. Muscle tissue, it helps in the movement of our body. And bone tissue, it gives the shape to our body. As we have learned about the tissue, it is a group of cell. Similar to that, organs are the many tissues come together to form organs. So group of cell is known as tissues and group of tissues are known as organs. So heart is an example of this. So muscle and skin tissues, these two tissues join together in the function of a heart. So here we can see a cell, then group of cell is known as tissues and the group of tissues are known as organs. So these are all the differentiation between tissues and organ is the group of cells are known as tissues and the group of tissues are known as organs. So here is the picture of bone tissue. So bone tissue, in which way bone tissue is helpful? Bone tissue, it gives shape to our body. And this is muscle tissue. In which way muscle tissue is helpful? Muscle tissue, it helps in the movement of our body. And then here is the picture of skin tissue. So here we can see dense irregular connective tissue. So we can see the structure of skin here. So skin tissue helps to protect the inner organs. Then we are going to learn about organ systems. So organ system is made up of many organs that work together. So in the beginning itself we have learned a group of cells are known as tissue, a group of tissues are known as organs, and the group of organs are known as organ systems. So we have digestive system and we have respiratory system. So in digestive system, it helps in digest food, and in respiratory system it helps to breathe. Now we are going to learn about the digestive system. We are going to learn about the process of digestive system now. Digestion is a simple process where large insoluble food particles are broken down into smaller water soluble molecules so that they can be absorbed by blood and give energy to different parts of our body. So in this digestive system, chewing is the first stage. When you chew your food, the food particles break down. The saliva, which contains a lot of enzymes, mixes with those food particles and helps break down those food particles even more. Once you have completely chewed your food, the tongue helps to push the food particles down. This process is called swallowing. So the food travels through a long pipe called esophagus. It is also known as food pipe. So esophagus is also known as food pipe. When the food particles have traveled through the food pipe, the next destination is the stomach. So after food particles, it travels through the food pipe, the next destination is stomach. The stomach releases a lot of acids and enzymes which further break down the food particles. The next destination is the small intestine. So after stomach, the next destination is small intestine. The small intestine, it has a lot of juice. It gets lot of juice from liver and pancreas and helps break down those particles. So liver secretes bile which helps break down fats, and pancreas releases enzymes to digest the food. Then small intestine absorbs them and transfer them to our body through blood. So the particles that are not absorbed by the small intestine, it reaches the large intestine. Now the large intestine absorb water and other particles are send the waste material out of our body through anus. So this is the process of digestive system. Now next we are going to learn about respiratory system. So we breathe in oxygen. When we breathe, we take oxygen in the air. The air then passes through our nostrils. There are tiny hair present in our nostrils that obstruct all the dust particles. Then the air travel through the windpipe, also called the trachea, which filters the air inhaled. The trachea branches out to two tubes called bronchi, and where tiny hair called cilia move back and forth, moving the mucus inside. So mucus is present. Mucus is a sticky substance that collects germs that might harm the lungs. The bronchi then carry then they carry air into each lung. The right lung has 3 lobes, whereas the left lung has only 2 lobes. The lobes are filled with small and spongy air-like called alveoli. So where the exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide taken place. So inside the alveoli, the exchange of oxygen and the carbon dioxide it takes place. So just beneath the lungs, there is a dome-shaped muscle called diaphragm. So this diaphragm that contracts when you breathe in and expands when you breathe out. So this is the process of respiratory system. So here we have quick recap. We have learnt about cells. Cells are the building blocks of our life. So cells are the basic structural and functional unit of our life. A group of cells are known as tissues, a group of tissues are known as organs, and a group of organs are known as organ system. So here are some one words. The first one, the body of every living being is made up of. The answer is cells. A group of cells form tissues. Digestive system helps to digest our food. Cells are discovered by Robert Hooke in which year? In 1965. And the assignment for today's class is draw a neat diagram of both respiratory system and digestive system and label its parts. Thank you, students.